Hello everyone, this is Yanbing. Today I'm gonna discuss about the new Spring Magic 3.1 and the new feature in that. So first thing is for the new user, I'm gonna tell you how to install it. After you download the script, extract everything in the zip file to a folder and open how to install txt. In the text file, just simply copy this command and back to Maya, open the script editor, paste the command in Python mode. So not mail mode, in Python mode. And copy your path name, the folder path, where the script is. It can be any path as long, whatever you want. Copy the path and replace this word, the folder path word, and paste it. After that, select the whole command and use the enter key on the numpad, not the bigger enter, the small enter in the numpad. Then after you input, you will see the Spring Magic 3.1, the window is out. So here, first of all, you'd like to create a shelf menu with this button. So click it, then on the shelf there's an icon of Spring Magic 3.1. So next time you can just run the script by the icon. Okay. So first thing is this. I improved the way of Spring Magic working, so it's much faster and more reliable. So now you can create whatever shape of the bone, not really necessary to straight it like last version. So any shape of the bone, simply move it, create an animation on the root bone, and pick all the hierarchy and say apply. See, no flipping, no jittery happens anymore, and the performance is much better. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some new function in the Spring Magic 3.1. First thing is the wind. Let me open a simple case. So this is a bound chain, nothing special, just a bound chain. So I can click the wind button. You will see a cone in the things. That cone used to point the wind direction, so the direction will follow the tip of the cone. And now if I point to this angle and pick the whole chain, let me make it shorter. Okay, let me say apply. See, even they have no root motion on the root bone, the chain will still start move because it's affected by the wind. It's a nice curve. So I can also change see in the attributes of the wind object, you will see a max force, minimum force, and the frequency. The max force and the minimum force define the max force and the minimum force, and the frequency will define how the wind force changing between the max force and the minimum force. So in the previous calculation, you notice there's small shaking happens because the frequency is a bit too high. So I can reduce the frequency, then do another try. See, it's waving slower. Okay, let me play it. So no jitter anymore, it's because we reduced the frequency of the wind. I can also Like in previous calculation, the only one direction and the result is a straight line in some angle view. It's not natural. So to fix it, I can set keyframe on the wind object. So make it select twist, have a rotate wind, do a circle wind. Okay, see it's a circle. Then let's see how will it affect the chain motion. That's too fast. Did I hit apply? Oh, maybe I didn't hit apply. Yeah, sorry. I didn't hit apply, I just hit the play. So that's why it's nothing changed. Okay, I hit apply and recalculated everything and then play it. See? The chain will follow the wind force direction, do a cycle as well. Then you will get more natural result by simply changing the wind. Also, it can work with collision. So if I point wind, oh, let me try the max force and the minimum force for you guys. So let me break the keyframe on that and set like there 3 max to minimum, make a bigger wind than previous one, and the calculation again. So see, it's wave in different way. So it's the size of wave is bigger because the wind force is stronger. Okay, then that will be a good reference to do the collision. So let me add a collision body there. Simply add a bone and apply a collision on that bone. And move the collision to, let me check. Okay, let's say for this chain motion, we're gonna apply a collision on the chain that block it, make it not get into this area. So I can just simply activate the collision and leave the default setting first. Let's see what happens. Say apply. See, it's got blocked by the collision body. So wind will not make the chain. So that's how the wind working with the collision. And let's see some more real case. So this is a character, a female character with skirt. There's no motion on this file. So let me add a wind. And I say the wind will go left first for a bit time, and then we go right. So I'm gonna try to use the wind to drive the skirt to like follow the wind, maybe hair as well. So I pick all the bone on the skirt and hair. Say there's no collision body yet, so I just turn off the collision. Say apply. See, it's follow the wind. Go left and right. So it's after play it's a bit jittery because the frequency, so we can slow down the frequency to fix the jittery. let's try again. So I increase the force of wind a bit and reduce the frequency. So I want to see a bigger wind with less jittery. That's a really big wind. And her leg comes out of the clothes. But it's less jittery because I reduced the frequency. So maybe you guys have same idea. Maybe we should add some collision on the leg to make the skirt not get into the leg, right? Okay, let's find the bone of the leg and add the collision body on the leg, and adjust the size of the collision body to not get too crazy size. Something like that, and let's see the result first. See what happened. So every time, because it's calculated result, so even I don't know what will gonna happen every time I create new things. So let's say turn on the collision and apply. So it will get slower because there's collision there. Calculation more things, math stuff. Then you can see the skirt change frame by frame. But on the right leg we see it's good. No collision through. And the left leg. Yeah, it's not bad. Pretty good. It can hold out of the leg. Oh, no, a little bit. So at the end, it comes through a bit. See? So at the end of the part, it's clipped through here a bit. So to fix it, I think I'm gonna try to increase the subframe, which means we'll calculate more in one frame to try if we can fix it. So let's start from 60 to 70 and increase subframe to like 4, so each frame will calculate 4 times. Let's try. Okay, see, it's holding, not getting to anymore. Let's see the whole sequence. See, so no click through anymore with subframe settings. But the subframe will increase the calculation time. So if I set 4, then it will like 4 times slower than regular time. So don't set too crazy. So there is another case which I did some interest test. See that lady and I make wind go up like Mario, some female actress, a famous action. So then I put the skirt down to hold the skirt in her hand. Let's play it full. See, she can push the skirt down. Let's slow down that part, see what's happened. So the skirt go up and her hand go down and push the skirt bone go down. See these bones got pushed by calculation. It will jitter a bit because the wind is still trying to push them up, and the hands push them down. So they are counter each other, so cause a bit jittery. But the whole basically result I can get then I can just do some simple curve fix to remove those jittery, and that's it. Another idea is to speed up the calculation. You can calculate the bone without collision first with faster, and then pick the bone might have collision, then turn on the collision to do the calculation. Then you can get a balance on the result and the performance. Okay, that's how the collision works. Oh, and the flex. So I will talk about flex with controller together maybe. So let's say the controller first. So in old Spring Magic, people complain that because always we have a different control rig in Maya, so different controller to control the bone, so not often to see we can totally animate a bone chain. So how to make the Spring Magic working with existed controller? That's why I add this function. So we can open a test case. It's a dinosaur, the bone of dinosaur. And thanks for the geo3d.com provide this free mesh. So in this dinosaur, we can see it's totally controlled by the control rig. That's the tile. The tile is kind of FK. It's FK tile, and the torso is IK controller. You can see it's a pretty general IK controller, as well as the neck and the head. So on this character, we're going to test both IK and FK controller if can working well with the Spring Magic. So let's try FK first. So first of all, I'm going to show you is I just add some simple root motion on the dinosaur, just test the swing. Okay, just simple motion on the root. So I can pick all the controller, follow the order. After that I say bind. So you will see there's a bone chain created automatically, and then I can pick that bone chain and use that as regular bones. And let me turn off the collision. Say apply. See? Did you see it's moving? Yeah, it's really obvious, right? And then you will see actually the controller is constrained by the bone. So whatever I move the bone, the controller will follow it. It's a constraint. And on the bone there's keyframe because after calculation, but at the controller there's no. So we need to bake the bone animation to the controller. So we pick the bone. Let's say we satisfy with the motion, then we pick out the bone and say bake. Okay, the bone chain disappeared and only controller. Then all the keyframe is on the controller now. So here's the result. No constraint anymore, and the keyframe is on the controller, keep the same result. So we try the torso now. Let's see the torso. Torso is still rigid. So I do the same thing. I pick all the controller of the torso one by one, follow the order, and then say bind. Then we will see there's a bone chain in the center of the body. Match up the controller's position. Then I just calculate this bone chain. See, it's twisted. That's waved. Spring applied. Front view. Okay, let me try some special effect about flex. The flex means the bond chain will extend or stretch or squashed by the movement of the swing. So if I say it's 0.7, then I say apply. See what's different. Whoa. Whoa. It's getting longer. See? Did I stretch and squash? Maybe I should have another simple case to make it more obvious. So about this dinosaur, let me finish it. So say we can bake it animation. And then the bond chain disappeared and all the animation is on the controller now. And then we see same movement. So the controller can work in with IK and FK, whatever. But I still recommend to save your animation before you apply the spring on the controller, just in case some weird things may happen for safety reason. So let's see the flex. I open new case, new things, and I build a simple bond chain there. Okay, so add a simple animation. Go left, go right. Okay. See, without flex, the calculation result looks like that. The bone always keep the same length of the chain. And with the flex, see, let me slow down. You see it's extend. This part will be more obviously, so it's short and extend even more if you're moving fast, and then back to the short. So it's more like a spring. It will extend or stretch or squash based on motion. So let me do another test. Remove all the motion, and this time I do like up and down. I say go up, go down, like a bouncing motion. It's a bouncing. Okay, let me turn off the spring. Just leave the flex. Then apply. It's moving too fast. Let me slow down the root motion maybe. Okay, make it slower. Then try again. Because the result is calculated, so even I cannot say what's happened after I push the button. So sometimes it goes crazy. Let me rebuild the bond chain, make it more even to see. Okay, this time I just simply go up and down. Okay, see, that's good. and then I add more thing like previous one. I go bounce to the left, and bounce back to the right. It's working pretty good this time. So maybe at the previous case, there are two joints getting too close, so they have kinds of flexing happen that cause crazy movement. Yeah, because it's calculated result, it's really hard to tell it. Before the result, I see the result. So you can see the bounce right now, like a spring. So I can also add the spring back, so it will be waving and bouncing. The waving and bouncing will extend the chain. So it can also loop. So I click on the loop, do again. So try again. Then it will calculate 2 times. And get a loop the result. Then maybe I should loop from here. See more obviously what's happening on the loop. So yes, can keep the last pose and add the start pose to do the rest of another loop and make a loop result. Even you see the root actually not looped. The root is not looped. The loop is not looped, but the end point, the tip, still trying to keep a loop result. Okay, that's how the flex working. And back to the controller. It's a more reasonable case is let me open a character which made by Unreal animation and the rigging tools, which has come with Unreal 4 as free rigging tools, and as a game animator, which may more make sense to try. So same thing, let's see if this character can working well with the controller with the Spring Magic. I already add a simple motion on this character. Maybe I should reduce the movement to make it more easy to read. If it's waving crazy, it's not easy to read what's happened. So let me turn off the flex first. And so I picked all the controller, follow the order, and say bind. After that, in the center of body, you will see a bone chain. Let me change the coordinate system of Maya because this rigging requested the Z up, not Y up. And default Maya is Y up, make my camera operation a bit weird. Okay, so there's a bone chain created by the bind function. Let me scale it up, make it more obvious. So you can see it now. It's a white bond chain. So I picked the whole bond chain and say I want a waving body. Then I say apply. This motion is also quite famous on Max versions. Spring Magic, a crazy Character Studio guy, Character Studio skeleton do crazy waving motion. We can do it with Maya as well. So I click the loop, so we can get a looped result of that motion. See? Crazy body. Okay, let me revert it, and you can use Ctrl Z to always to revert the spring calculation result. It will take a bit while, but much faster than you calculate it. Okay, now I revert the operation, and this time I want to apply a wind maybe, and I get a wind object and make the wind towards the back, and I remove the root motion, just use the wind to push the body, see what happened. Get out the chain and say apply. Maybe I should turn off the loop. Whatever, you will see the slight movement. Here the loop will take double time on the calculation. I may need a bigger wind and more obvious, get a more obvious result. So get a wind object, I say the force is like 3, minimum 2, frequency 0.2, get less jittery, and get the chain. Try again, turn off the loop. See, the body not right now soft and pushed by the wind. Let me, so after calculation, let's say we satisfy with the movement, then we're going to bake the animation back to the controller, just like the dinosaur. We say bake. Pick the whole bond chain and then bake. It will only bake the bond you picked. That's how it works. Okay, now after bake, the bond chain disappears, and pick the controller, we see all the keyframes on the controller and keep the same movement. So that's how the controller working. And one more thing I'm gonna discuss is we will open this file. Just wipe off all the things we did to make everything clean. And let me remove the root motion. So another thing is with the flex, I'm gonna say is we can simply apply the scratch and the stretch animation on a human character as well. Up and down. Then I create that controller bond chain first. Say bind. So there's the chain, I make it bigger, it's easier to see like last time. Okay, let me turn off the spring first and turn on the flex only. Calculate. See? The body scratch and stretch. So with the flex, you can do that quite easy. And if we turn on the spring as well, see what happened. Such a crazy movement. So it's not only scratch and stretch, also swing and cause different movement. Yeah, but basically it can do anything, really depends on your creation. Then you can simply bake it, get all the motion back to the controller. See, all the keyframes are now on the controller, and I get the same movement. Then, so that's how the new Sprint 3.1 works. The controller part, the wind, the flex. And thank you for your watching. Let me know if you have any good thoughts about the script. And you can leave the comment on my website, animebuy.com. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.